You feel angry. You feel the anger rising in you, consuming all other emotions. So that means that something bad will come from it, right? Wrong. Today I explain why anger can be used to do good things, and why it's not such a negative feeling.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is just what it's done. Yeah, I'm saying that it feels right.
Hey guys, it's mblohr here, and welcome back to another episode of Stu Talks. This is a series where I can talk about life talks, or anything really. Today I'm playing Grinch Simulator, but in this video the gameplay doesn't really matter, so you can go into a different tab and work while you listen, or just sit back, relax, and enjoy the talk. Today's topic, as you heard just a few moments ago, is anger. All kinds of anger. Jealous rage, hurt anger, anger about unfair circumstances, all of it. Now, what actions come to mind when you first think of anger? Something like shouting, yelling, screaming, fighting, violence, physical or verbal abuse. Of course, that's how anger is used in an unhealthy, negative way, but there are other ways. And that's why you decided to listen in, so I could explain what those are. But before we get into that, let's talk about what anger is, defined simply by my therapist. I'm actually not kidding. Now, I myself don't have anger issues. Sure, I get angry sometimes, but I usually don't attack anyone physically. Of course, everyone has problems with anger, and I do, but they're not serious enough to need counseling. She is just someone I go to weekly to help me make healthy decisions in my life and keep my mind and attitude positive. She defines anger as an emotional reaction to a perceived injustice or threat, and perceived is underlined here, just for extra emphasis. So just the definition she gave is expressing the fact that anger is not outward based by things that happen to you, but how you are reacting to or perceiving them. So I think it's pretty easy for you to recognize that you're angry, or maybe someone else, but just to be sure, let's go over some of the cues that show a person is angry, physical and otherwise. Starting with the physical cues, anger is clear when the person is flushing, and this does not mean a toilet. It means when the person's face gets red and hot. Also when the person has a rapid heartbeat, tenseness, like in the muscles, is sweating or shaking. So usually most of these things are felt by the person experiencing this anger to help them identify it. I don't think you'd walk up to a person that you suspected of angry emotions and feel their forehead to see if they're sweating or their forehead was hot. The cognitive cues are even more exclusive to the person experiencing the anger, unless you somehow developed the ability to read minds recently. The mind suddenly becomes irrational by labeling others, having hostile attributions, catastrophizing, and presenting should statements. Crazy stuff, plus what does half of that mean? Don't worry, that's what I'm here for. You guys probably already know what labeling is. We do it a lot as a society. Labeling a whole group of people as one thing, like redheads not having souls, or blonde people being dumb. But that's not reality, it's just in our minds. Hostile attributions are when others, in your mind's eye, are being hostile to you, even if, in reality, that's not even their intent. Actions done by the object of your anger are often received as hostile when in a state of anger. For example, if someone you were having issues with happened to trip when carrying food and spilled it all over your new outfit, that could be taken as hostile, even if they just lost their footing and intended no harm on you. Totally not referencing High School Musical right now. Kindly stop labeling me. Catastrophizing is more damaging to yourself, mentally. In simplest terms, it's when you think of the worst case scenario and believe that it will happen to you, and that nothing good will come to you. Oftentimes, self-esteem is lowered by these thoughts. Thoughts like, I'll never succeed, or I'm a failure. A reminder that this is all in your head. And should statements are hurtful to yourself as well. Statements like, I should be stronger, or I should be more handsome, more beautiful. But again, it's not reality. Up until now, all these cues have just been thoughts and feelings, not actions. However, the behavioral cues I'll be discussing are actual physical actions, and I'll talk about why that's important later on. Some behavioral cues can include things like facial expressions, motor movements like finger tapping, verbalization like cursing at someone, slamming doors, and violence. So why is it important to identify the difference between angry actions and angry thoughts or feelings? Because how we handle our anger is a choice. These behavioral cues show what decision that person has made, whether they are being passively aggressive or actively aggressive. Usually it's easy to tell what the difference between passive and active aggressiveness are, but to clear it up for you, if you are denying your feelings and pouting, that's more passive. If you are lashing out and attacking the other person, that's active aggression. However, neither are healthy ways of dealing with your anger. Instead, you should express your feelings in a sensitive and gentle way. There are other ways to turn potential negative actions into positive ones. For example, instead of arguing defensively and saying that what the other person is saying is not valid, you should try and see it from their perspective. Or instead of victimizing yourself, try and find a solution for you and the other person. If you are blaming other things besides yourself, try looking into your own behavior and thoughts to see where the real problem is. And don't avoid or write those people off. Instead, try and increase your commitment to that person. Open up to them instead of closing them off. Reverse your actions and you will come out a healthier person mentally. This is not a battle or competition. There is no loser, and more than one winner. Find the best way for all parties to win from this situation. Anger can be positive if it energizes you or empowers you to do something different than you have been, or to take care of yourself. If anger acts as an expression of your true feelings and helps you regain your own personal self-esteem and power, then it is a positive way of expressing your anger. But if that anger doesn't help to find a solution, then it's not healthy, and you need to step back and take a look at yourself to see where the problem lies. Remember, as we talked about before, anger is not a choice, but how we handle it is. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what your thoughts are on this topic. Did this change your perspective on anger? Will this help you in future confrontations? What are some feelings and thoughts you have when angry? Subscribe for more if you'd like to see here. If you like videos like this, check out the playlist at the end of the video. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys later.